Elton's got some of the best lines in the goddamn show, and I'm kind of jealous. Because like every time you say something hilarious, I go, I have a penis. And that's all I've got in my pocket.
It's two books, one cup, the podcast you won't believe. Where two books enter and one book leaves. One winner, one cup, one loser, one cup, or something like that. Something like that. Something like that. Something like that.
Okay, you're up. You are the host this week.
Okay.
I can't wait till it's my turn.
I'm terrible at this. All right, so I'm going to introduce. Welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome to Two Books, One Cup, where we take two things, or what started out as books but are not, they're whatever now, and we compare them, and we determine which is better. And then at the end, whoever has the better... See, I'm terrible at this. Whoever has the better subject gets the cup. The, I don't know, insert adjective here, cup, that is awesome. And there you go. And that's what you win.
There you go. Nice work.
Yep.
Yay. Good job.
I am your host, Elton, of, the Pennsylvania Eltons. And then there's Glen there. Can't see him, but he's right there.
Can't see me. I'm right here, though. I'm right here, buddy.
And there's Gertie over there with headphones on and a microphone that I also can't see, but I've been told that's what she's doing.
Hello.
I'll give you a detail about it.
Okay.
The microphone is pink.
It is pink.
It's a Yeti microphone on a little stand.
Pink
and it's
Yeti.
pink.
Wow, dude,
Yeah.
I didn't know they
Yeti.
made those.
Yeah, they do.
They do.
Well, manning the Pink Yeti is Gertie. And there's Glenn, and they are competing for the insert adjective here cup. Vaunted? I don't know. What's a nice word to describe the cup? Glorious.
Illustrious.
Illustrious.
Glorious.
Fantastical cup.
Do you mind if I step in and co-host for a minute?
Fucking yes, by all means. God damn.
Also, the last episode, towards the end, Gertie kind of just checked out and was kind of just done. And then it's like, we might have to change the format of the show. I'm the host, and one of you is the judge. Even if I'm competing, I'm still the host. Because it's getting ridiculous. So you won the cup last time, and I'm just going to go down the brief history of the cup because it's growing over each episode, and we're going to start forgetting how this developed. Elton found the cup. It's got a wooden base where Caesar has carved his name into it, and he's peed on
Yes.
it. Gertie won the cup and bedazzled it. Then Elton won the cup, because I never win, and coated it in nickel for $20. Mm-hmm. Then I cheated and gave myself the cup, even though I didn't win. Mm-hmm. Because I was the judge.
Yeah.
And I tied a woman named Gretchen to it, and she smokes cigarettes and has grandkids that won't talk to her.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I love Gretchen.
Yeah, so now you've got Gretchen and the cup over at your house currently.
I'm surprised she made it to you.
Well,
We put it on a train.
Yeah, but the train doesn't go to Pennsylvania.
Sure it does. Hey, shut up.
Our
You're
magic
ruining
train.
the show.
Our magic train.
sure it does. It's an underground train. It's the secret one that only cup holders
Yeah.
get to use. So there you go.
We're living in a fictional thing with a fake cup. Can we just have a train that goes to Pennsylvania? You're ruining the fantasy of this show.
You're right. I'm sorry.
There are vibes in play here. Vibes.
The vibes. So what have you done with Gertie and the cup? Not Gertie, Gretchen and the cup.
Well, Gretchen was complaining. She was complaining about the American healthcare system. And I said, there's not much I can do about it. But if you would like, I can separate you from the cup via a magical spell. I made up the spell, but she went along with it, and she took the money I gave her, and she went to Canada to enjoy their wonderful socialized medicine. Yep. And so now,
Oh, I'm happy for Gretchen.
well, I mean,
She's a nice lady.
If she doesn't have a place to live, I didn't give her that much money. So,
it's okay.
What she's doing up there, I don't.
There's a reason her grandkids don't talk to her.
Grandkids don't talk to her. She voted for someone.
She's a
that
good
kind
time.
The other reason
but,
they're not going to be able
just
to talk to her
don't-
is that I still have her cell phone here, and
Oh.
and a lot of her personal effects. So she went up there with 2 changes of clothes, and what I told her was dementia medication, but turns out to be ibuprofen because the the dementia medication is sitting right over there. So I got the cup.
I hate that you did this because now I'm going to have to find a way for me to win the cup, and I hope I win today, even though I can already tell I'm not because I decided on my topic and realized it's not popular. But if I were to win the cup, I'm either going to have to hunt down Gretchen or I've got to find some other old lady to tie to the cup.
There are plenty of old ladies.
down.
You'll be
there's
fine.
a lot of old ladies.
Yeah.
But
Would you do anything else after you got rid of Gretchen?
I did manage to get an old Rolex watch from eBay that was it had been in a train wreck. So I got the pieces of it, and I managed to glue them to the brim. So it's kind of a Rolex margarita cup.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh,
That'll
yeah.
cut
a
your
Rolex
lips
rim.
if you ever try to use
With
it.
kind
tiny
of,
watch pieces. And by the way, all of the diamonds I sold, so it's the least expensive portions of the Rolex
God damn it.
lining the rim. But it is, I hear, gold, according to the guy who used AI to write the Rolex description on eBay. So.
So it's a little steampunk now.
Glued watch pieces to the lip of the cup.
Expensive
And you got
watch
rid of
pieces.
Gretchen.
Expensive watch pieces, by the way.
Fine.
It was the best.
All
It
right.
was the best $412.78 that I've ever spent.
$400 for a watch stolen off of a guy who died in a train
Yeah,
I was
it was
just
not
thinking
on
the
the
same
guy.
thing.
Yeah,
It
that's
was not
pricey.
on the guy. It was on the tracks, run over by the train. So, and it caused the
But
train.
did the train crash or was the train
Oh
fine?
no, the train crashed. It's a Rolex. Okay,
It's the cause of it caused the train to derail.
the Rolex.
Oh, did it?
The Rolex derailed that train, baby, because that is engineering at its finest. That Rolex.
That's hilarious. I just love the idea of a train conductor just like chugga, 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 chugga. And he's like, another long day on the tracks. I don't have anyone to go home to. Oh no, Rolex is tweet, tweet. Trying to screech to a halt.
I like how you made your fake engineer a lonely, sad person, so we don't have to feel bad about him being like, I can't wait to see my grandkids. I retired today.
Nope.
I get to go home to my beautiful wife and family.
No, I don't want to have the story be tragic.
No,
I just wanted this guy with an androgynous voice to go, Rolex.
I feel the engineer might have been like, only one more day till retirement. And then,
Yeah.
Even though I'm just going to go home to an empty house.
I don't have any hobbies or pets.
Yeah. And then right as he's like, maybe I'll adopt dogs.
Yeah.
And then, Rolex. All right, back to hosting.
Okay.
Elton, you said you got a big plan. Oh, what's your big plan for hosting? I'm
Oh.
still side hosting now.
oh, here you go.
You
See,
texted me with some cryptic stuff about your plans
yes,
for
it's
tonight.
literally a game changer. Just like,
boy.
literally just, and I'm using literally correctly because I'm not a fucking asshole. So, fucking.
You also used it 4 times in a row.
That's right.
And this is where we intercut with like the AI music up 4 times or whatever from your one episode.
Okay.
Bunch of women singing, he said it 4 times.
So, me being a terrible host, I struggle with what kind of questions to ask about the subjects at play here, which I have no idea what they are yet, but soon. Okay. So, I had artificial intelligence, which intelligence is a misnomer. I won't get into that. Anyway,
Oh, here we go.
it made a list of questions that I can ask that are pertinent
Ooh.
to either subject, and they are broken down.
Salient.
Yes, and they are broken down into 8 categories. That's the word I was
Wow.
searching for. So, and I will
Maybe you
offer
should
them
take
up
Gretchen's
to
dementia medication.
Yeah. Take your own Advil.
you. Yeah. Well, that's why I swapped out the bottles. But don't tell her that. Not that she'd know anyway. But you know,
No. Gretchen can't read.
she can't read.
Gretchen's like up in Canada babbling to herself on a street corner with only 2 changes of clothes.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you're at the stock market, like just cornering it, just like sell, yeah, more money.
I like that she can't read, so they might give her a list of rights to read, and she's just like, I can't read that.
Yeah.
I never learned how. My grandkids don't love me anymore because I voted for Trump.
You got a pack of cigarettes.
Real long ones. I need real long
The
cigarettes.
longest you can find. I wanted to take half an hour to smoke them.
Okay.
We're
Okay.
going to find Gretchen. I love Gretchen. We're keeping Gretchen around.
Yeah.
You tried, Elton, but it's not working.
Okay. So
All right, go.
these 8 categories have 5 questions each. So I don't know how to pick categories. Maybe I'll just... There's no dice rolling or anything. So I'll break it down into 4 groups. I don't know. I'll figure something out. And then you guys... I'll ask you one question out of each group. We'll figure it out as we go along, because that's what this is all about. So...
All right.
So,
I'm in.
Who wants to go first? You guys fight it out amongst yourselves. I'd like to watch.
Oh.
Like a kingly
I do.
person up on high.
I'm going to go first.
Oh, for Christ's sake. All right, Gertie's going first.
Did you want to go first?
No, mine is going to be unpopular, and I worry a little lame, but I'm prepared to fight to the death for it because I'm going to get Gretchen back on that cup.
Well, honestly, it doesn't matter who wins because we both want Gretchen.
Huh?
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
So this, yeah,
It's kind of perfect and
This is gonna
poetic
be-
all at the same time.
this is going to be more of a dance than a battle.
Dance.
2 spouses,
We are going
1
to be
cup.
in a dialogue.
Oh, we'll be in a dialogue with our bodies. Okay, you go first.
So I went to go visit a friend in Arizona 2 weekends ago, and
Oh, God, don't make it about the band.
No, it's not going to be.
It's going to be about 2000s
No,
music,
it's-
isn't it?
No, it's not.
I don't even know where it's
not.
going, but I love to know where it's going with the band. That's
We went to go see Pierce the Veil, and Glen is never ending giving me shit about me still listening to music I listened to in high school.
Yeah, she won't stop.
And I don't care. I don't care. But that's not at all what it was. So
Side
I was
story.
like, I need a little book.
I'm
What?
sorry, side story, just to defend myself for picking on you about listening to high school music. When we get like really, in the past, when we've gotten really drunk,
Oh,
we're
we'll
sitting
have
around the
YouTube
house.
nights,
We'll have
yeah.
YouTube nights where we just play music. So then she'll keep playing music from like the early 2000s. And then I'll try to find music that kind of relates to it a little bit. So it's like we're kind of on the same page a little bit. Like I'm, 10 years ahead of you with music or whatever. And so we kind of like coming like middle ground. But after like night number 5 of that, I'm like, you know what? I like this band right now. And then she's like, yeah, and gets up and leaves.
That's objectively not true.
It's totally true.
I didn't
made fun of
like
you.
that string of music you were playing, but I wasn't going to tell you to stop. But I actively, in my spare time, listen to a lot of those songs that you introduced me to. So
Oh, okay.
that's not true.
All right,
very
fine. That's why I
sweet.
picked on you. 'cause
Not
Very
true.
nice.
You'd come back and
I
you're
just
like,
I didn't like that one rapper from Brooklyn. I apologize,
who is it?
but I do not care.
James
That's
Zed.
when it
Is
Who
was
that
it?
his name?
Do you remember?
Jay-Z? He's from Brooklyn, right?
No, it
Despot?
wasn't. No, it was a deeper cut, and I didn't think it was very good.
all right, that's fine, whatever.
What
But
was
then
his
she
name?
came back and
I love
immediately-
Danny Brown.
Wait,
No, I
Mos
think it was
Def?
Despot.
Who?
It wasn't Despot. I love Despot.
Oh, I don't know.
No, it was. They're both wearing Yankees hats. That's all I can remember, and it was boring. It was a bad
Crisscross?
song.
You
I'm
don't
very
like
sorry.
Crisscross?
Crisscross.
Crisscross.
Were their
No.
clothes backwards, man?
No, we.
They make you jump. I don't understand.
Well, in either
Wear your
case,
clothes
when
backwards.
she did come back down after like taking a piss or something, then she took the remote and she's like, "Okay, my turn," and put it back to 2000s music. And I'm like, "You're just listening to music from high school," so that's why that joke came around.
I do.
pick on you
I
all
do
the
listen
time.
to a lot of music. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what?
It's
Anyways,
fun.
what
Go ahead,
is
yeah.
the
Anyway.
subject of the?
Yeah, that's not even close to the subject.
Oh,
So I'm in. If you've ever been to Phoenix, it's a big dirt pile with a bunch of higher dirt piles around it. It's a big bowl of dirt, and I was like, I want something that reminds me of the North because I'm so used to Minnesota. And I was like, wait a minute, I have a series of books that are all inexplicably set around Christmas time and involve my favorite paranormal phenomenon.
Oh.
So I read A Pegasus for Christmas.
Is it a man that turns into a Pegasus?
Yes.
For sexual reasons?
Not for sexual reasons.
Okay.
It's just how he is. He does have sex in the book.
Of course he does.
The
In
book is
human
called
form.
Pegasus for Christmas.
A Pegasus for
Okay.
Christmas.
Oh. Wow. All right. And Glenn, if you want to roll yours out, this subject that apparently no one is going to like because it's not a popularity contest, Glenn. It's what's better. All right.
Well, I know a lot about it, and I also don't like it at all, but also I use it and live with it because I feel like I have to. Apple products.
Oh my God.
Oh boy.
This is going to be so fucking boring.
Yeah. But which one's better, a Pegasus for Christmas or everything that Apple provides to its consumers?
Hold on. Man, you guys are just already going at it despite both
This is
wanting
going to be
Gretchen.
painful. This is going to be a bad... I know. This is going to be a
damn
rough
it.
listen. I know. I do love Gretchen. We have to... Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, got to get her back.
We got to get her.
We got to go to Toronto
We
or
gotta go
wherever
find
the hell
her.
you sent her and try to get her back.
It's the south side of Montreal. Apparently, it is the bad
Oh, I
side.
love Montreal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The bad side.
You don't want to go to the south side of Montreal.
Yeah.
Right. They have hotels made of ice there, and that's where all the criminals live. Because it's cold.
Trying to smoke cigarette butts that are frozen off the parking lot.
Yeah. Oh.
All right. Well, we got our
Poor
two
Gretchen.
things. What's
Okay.
next, Elton?
So I'm going to pick two of these at random. And by random, I mean the first ones I kind of look at. I'm saving the wild card questions for fucking whenever some other time comes. So,
Okay. You are the god of this show right now, though I resent it.
okay, out of these two categories, you got to pick one. Okay. So, who's going to...
Wait, who picks?
Well, who wants to throw down with their subject first? Who's just aching to talk about Pegasus, what I assume is porn? I'm hoping it's porn. Or Apple products. So out of you two, you got to decide who's going to throw down first. Who wants it more or not? Maybe you want to hedge a little bit and see what they come at you with. You know, you can do that too.
Yeah, what's the topic? Let's get this topic first.
Let's
our
do rock,
category?
paper, scissors and go in blind.
You want to rock, paper, scissors?
Let's go
Okay.
rock, paper, scissors. Here
Okay.
we go. Rock, paper, scissors.
Oh.
I crushed you. I'm first. I got the rock. She got the scissors.
Now you choose. Now you're going to choose between these two categories: impact and influence questions or personal development questions.
Oh.
Ooh, impact and
Influence?
influence.
You want to do that?
I'm doing that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now there are 5 questions here, and I'm just going to pick one. Which? What about Apple would aliens find most impressive regarding its impact on humanity? Oh yeah.
Gross.
The iPod was released on November 10th, 2001,
Okay.
to heal the nation before horrible things happen, or after things happen. Sorry, it wasn't
Both are
September.
correct.
Yeah. So the iPod itself, Madame and Sir, has revolutionized how people ingest music. Not to mention iTunes allowed you to buy certain songs instead of whole albums. You could put them thousands of songs on your stupid little iPod. You can carry it around, and you're on the bus or on the train, and it's like looking cool with the little white earbuds. Everyone's like, oh, God, I wish I could afford one of those, which gives you affluence. And it changed how people ingest that. Not to mention the iPhone. I don't even have to talk about that. Came out before Android. Fuck the both of you. It revolutionized how people compute in their pockets. And that's the end of my argument.
But,
Okay,
so,
but you think how would that impress an alien?
Thank you. There it
They'd be
is.
like, "Oh, you jumped forward within like in under 10 years. You jumped real forward. And now you are computing with each other while taking shits. You're arguing with strangers in Iceland about Nazis or something
While you shit.
while you take a shit.
So they would see it as a technological jump forward for all of humanity.
Maybe you could put it that way if you wanted to, if you're a plebeian. But I think I did it pretty good at the toilet thing.
Okay, yeah, I did like the toilet thing. Yes.
Thank you.
That made it more humble and brought it down to a more layman level. A layman.
Yeah, earthy.
It laid it at the layman level. Yes, it did.
There you go. So there you go. That's mine. I think it was a great argument.
Well, I can see a couple problems
get that
with it,
fucking
but
cut tonight.
I'll bring that up
Oh,
later.
do you?
Oh, yes.
All right.
yes.
Okay, fine. Go ahead.
No. It's not for me to provide fodder to dismantle your take.
That's my job.
So, Gretchen, how would...
Gertie.
Oh, Jesus. Why
I know,
we all
I've
have
got
Gretchen on the
brain
brain.
now. I'm so sorry.
I know.
I'm just thinking of that poor woman roaming Montreal.
It's the G names. I think I called Gretchen Gertie earlier. So.
Gertie is an old lady name. That's why I chose
old
it.
lady names, yeah.
So, Gertie, how would... And this is what I keep focusing on Pegasus as being a porn now. How would that book? what would aliens find what would they find impressive about it regarding about humanity?
Boy, that's a tough question for a book about someone that changes into a
I
Pegasus.
think this book would show the aliens a softer side of humanity, where even a hardened workaholic that works for the Shifter Patrol Corps, protecting shifters and humans alike,
Oh my God.
is reunited with his one and true mate that he lost contact with over 20 years ago.
Did you say?
And yet they have...
Sorry, did you say this was a series of books?
It's a series of books. Yeah, this is one in a series. Yeah. They're all technically standalone, but they're all kind of the same thing.
I see. Go on.
It's
I'm
like
sorry.
6 or 8 times. Yeah. But you see how these people learn to trust each other again, and how they communicate their feelings and misunderstandings that happened so long ago. And I think the aliens would read this and think, maybe they have jumped forward in time, because it's not just how you communicate with each other, the technology you use, it's truly understanding each other that makes you elevated.
You're talking like someone who lives in a castle. Like, you will clean your feet before you enter my castle, and you will never fit in with my family.
Okay,
I'm just very passionate. This is my passion voice.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, if you wouldn't mind, could you give the many tens of listeners we have a summary of the book, a synopsis, if you will, so we know what generally you're applying to what would impress aliens about humanity? Like, what's the book about?
Yes. So the book follows, he happens to be a shifter Pegasus, but it follows this man named Hardwick.
He happens to be.
He happens to be a Pegasus.
That doesn't define him.
It doesn't define him. No, he is the captain of the Shifter Patrol Corps.
Oh.
And he has a bunch of shifters underneath him, and they're all like brash and whatever, but he's stern and calculating, and
Sorry, would it be fair to say that they are rough and tumble?
they are rough and tumble.
Do they like to
and
fuss
they
and
are
fight?
sometimes hippogriffs.
Oh, God damn it.
Hippogriffs and hellhounds.
Hellhounds?
Hellhounds.
All right, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, the hellhound one, I read that one too. It was good. And the hippogriff one. I've read almost all of them. Anyway, so...
Just the Shifter Patrol series.
The Shifter Patrol series. Yeah,
Shifter
yeah,
Patrol.
they're technically standalones. But anyway, so it opens on him kind of lamenting his, the aging process, and, you know, everyone's away for Christmas. He's the only one still in the office because they all still have their mates, and he thinks about the one time he had love, and that was A long time ago. Yes, Glenn is raising his hands.
I keep interrupting, and I feel bad about it. So I was just raising my hand so you could finish your thought before I jump in. Does everyone refer to the people that they're in love with as mates?
Yes.
That's going to be
Their
a
fated mates.
That's going to be a counterpoint for me.
What
later.
is a shifter, by the way? They shift.
Oh, well, this is a good point.
A shifter is a paranormal creature, supernatural creature that can shift between the human form and an animal form.
Like a werewolf?
So he shifts.
Yeah, well, no. Werewolves are different. Werewolves react to the moon. Shifters can turn at will.
Okay, so he shifts from Pegasus to human form.
Correct.
Okay, go on.
At will.
At will.
All right, go on.
At will.
All right.
Yes, at will. And he uses his powers for good. Anyway, so he's the only one left in the office.
I don't prance for evil.
Yeah. Well, the hippogriff one, Griffin, the Griffin one that I read. There's a bandit of shifters that are doing crime, I guess, and they're dangerous. So the Griffin is going after them, but ends up falling in love.
Ooh.
He finds his fated mate. Anyway, he beats the bad guys. But so this guy, Hardwick, he gets a message that there's some weird stuff happening in this coastal town off of Rhode Island or Maine or some shit. Somewhere up in New England. I forget.
It's happening.
Can I I'm going to step in real quick. Sorry. When we were in Germany, Gertie was playing this video game that's really convoluted and silly and strange. It's just a resource gathering and mixing things together and then whatever. And so she started explaining it to me. And this is sounding just like that. Because you'd be like, okay, so you got to take the 2 carrots, you put the 2 carrots together, and it makes a man. I'm like, what? Why would it make a man?
It makes a sprout, and if you mix the sprouts together, it makes an apple tree, and if you mix the apple trees, it makes a lemon tree.
Yeah, and I go, is that it? She goes, not really. And so then she keep going.
Yeah, you're like, so are the apple trees the point of the game? And I said, not really.
And then she just keep going with more facts about
if you win these little side games, you get stars, and you can merge the stars, and the bigger stars, if you tap them, you get swan eggs. And he goes, oh, so are the eggs the point of the game? And I said, no.
Not really. And she kept going.
Look, you tap on rocks and it makes tulips. And he's like, are the tulips the point of the game? And I said, no.
No, not really. That's the way this book is sounding. Where it just doesn't stop with
That's
all
my
the
favorite
weird.
So wait.
Oh, wait, but it's it. Yeah, you're not. It gets so much better. Okay,
wait.
we need to move on because this is.
Yeah, Elton's trying to speak and we're talking over him. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. That's fine. What stuck with me was that there's a shifter core and they protect people in some militant way, and they shift between being a Pegasus and humans, and they are stationed.
Not all of them. Just
somewhere
Hardwick
near
is a
Rhode Island.
Pegasus. No. They're not
really.
stationed.
Just
Not
Hardwick.
really. No. I don't know where they're stationed, but he went on a mission somewhere near Rhode Island, off a rocky island off the coast of, I don't know,
Rhode Island.
Rhode Island maybe, or Massachusetts.
It doesn't matter. None of
just,
it's real.
It's just very.
It's in the Atlantic Ocean. It's in the cold part of the Atlantic Ocean.
Okay,
somewhere up there. All right.
Okay. So Gertie, it is your turn to pick the category, and it's going to be the next level of I don't know, the next whatever this is.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm ready.
So we're going with practical value questions or entertainment and enjoyment questions.
Entertainment and enjoyment, definitely.
You want to do okay?
Yeah.
Obviously.
Okay. This is where you can counter-argue in it. Which subject, you would have to explain why your subject why you would rather spend a year studying about it over Apple stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Good point. That is a good point.
So technology, what you can do with technology is cool, right?
Fuck yeah, it is, dude.
But
Porn.
But that's not really the question. You would be studying the hardware.
Oh,
You're not making use of the software. You're just looking at the metal parts.
fine.
My topic has endless amounts of lore in dozens of permutations. And, I mean, they're all kind of the same thing in the end, but they are entertaining. They're like candy for your brain.
So it
It's
would
like
be,
your brain is chomping on a big piece of candy.
So what in that year would make it worth studying for a year? Like what in the Pegasus shifter story?
My book specifically?
Yes.
Yeah.
If you just dissected my book has magic.
She's pointing at the table right now. She's tapping
I'm
her
very
finger.
serious.
Yeah.
My book has not just shifter magic, but it has witches. And it has
Witches.
It has sea monsters. It has magic. It has
The
a
Atlantic
Christmas
Ocean.
parade.
Oh, a Pegasus parade?
A Christmas parade.
Oh, that's right. It's Christmas. I forgot.
It has comedy. It has a passion.
Can you give me an example of the comedy in your book?
Yeah, so Hardwick is going to go to the mission he's summoned out there because they're finding weird vibrations coming off of this weird rock. So the rock has a lighthouse on it, and it's where, coincidentally, Celeste, his fated mate from all those years ago, lives, but he doesn't know that yet.
Oh.
So he's over there,
Reveal.
and he's like, "Oh, it's too windy. It'll take forever for me to take a boat." And everyone's at the Christmas parade. I might as well shift into a Pegasus and fly there. So he shifts, and then a kid's like, "There you are, horsey," and he turns around, and the horse mistakes him for part of the Christmas parade and puts him in the parade, and he just lets them. So he marches in the Christmas parade as a Pegasus. And everyone's like, "I told you to do silver wings, and these are gold. You fucked it up, and
He's
now
got
it looks
gold
terrible."
So
I hear your joke, and I find it wanting.
so
I think if it were the only joke you read for a year, you would find it very, very funny.
so Gertie,
This scenario is not... Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
what? Why wouldn't you want to spend a year studying Apple products?
It's boring.
Oh, boy.
It's boring. I still don't really know how to use a Mac. Every time I use Glen's laptop, he has to tell me what to do.
No, for Christ's sake.
I just find, regular Chromebooks to be way more user-friendly. I think they're way more intuitive.
Sure.
And I don't care about the metal pieces. I've never cared about that.
Don't tell that to Elton. He destroyed the entire watch
did.
to go put the metal pieces
No,
on the
he
cup.
didn't. The train did, and he just bought it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I didn't participate. I just took the treasure that was left after a train derailed on it. I just took that
Yeah.
and glued it to
It
a
won't-
prize
Like a
cup.
little raccoon.
Was it Etsy or eBay?
It was eBay. Yeah.
Did it say haunted watch? Train
Ooh.
conductor, lonely train conductor died.
That's the Temu description. The Temu dropshippers.
Yep.
Lonely train conductor, shiny Rolex gold.
Yeah, there you go. Pieces.
Twice. What got me
Pieces,
to buy the
pieces.
watch was that in the description, actually, in the bold heading was it said literally involved in a negligence investigation. So I'm like, oh boy, that's something that needs to be
That
on the
is the
cup.
watch for me. Literally.
Man, this episode's really clearing up a lot of my phlegm that I've been dealing with for the last 2 weeks.
All right, so Glenn,
Just coughing like crazy. Yeah.
why do you think studying Apple products is better for a year, for an entire year, than the Pegasus story book? The book, yes.
Yeah. Is it the history of Apple products leading up to modern times, or just like the Apple products we have right now you're just looking at?
It's your
You gotta
subject. sir.
clarify that for me.
It is
Oh.
it is your subject. You go.
If you're looking
deep and varied as you like.
I'm running with it. If you're going to open that gate for me, I'm going to play in that sandbox.
Sure.
So if you look at the history of Apple products, Apple started at the very beginning, before Windows or anybody else. There's kind of nobody else. Oh, Gertie's already got her eyes half closed, like she's falling asleep. Started the whole idea of you having pictures, music, videos, all that stuff back in like 98, they made what's called a digital hub. Your laptop is the center of all your bullshit. So you got a camera, you plug it into your laptop. You got your iPod later, you plug it into your laptop. Your laptop or desktop, whatever, is the center of all your shit, and then you unplug shit and run out of the house. So they were trying to make computing something that everyone can do, which up to that point was like, you had like Windows 95 or something. No one like spent their free time. Can't wait to get home and get on Windows 95. But here with Apple, it's like, oh, I got my pictures of my grandkids on my laptop. And you can see it, I have it on my camera. And so they innovated that, and then everything after that was made from that idea. Very interesting to learn for a year, because then you can try to project out why they are failing so horribly and they turned so evil as time went on.
I see.
Other companies in the past, like HP, used to be just like Apple in the 70s, where they were innovating and doing crazy stuff, and all the nerds were super excited, and all these business people were super excited. But then they just got complacent because they were doing really well, and they started to suck ass. And so then Apple's doing the exact same thing.
I see.
They innovated. Steve Jobs, who was a slave driver that stole everyone's ideas, died. And then no one knows how to steal ideas anymore and make it seem like it's their own. And now Apple just blows. It's the fall of Rome.
Oh, man, that was
You can learn that for a
heady
year.
jump there. That was a highbrow jump.
Then what you were saying with, thank you. And what you were saying with Gertie, why would you spend time for a year learning Apple, or would you? And then he's boring, not boring. And why would I learn Gertie's book for a year?
No. Why
I don't want to
you?
masturbate to.
Yeah. Why would
I don't want to masturbate to people that turn into horses. I don't care. It doesn't get me off. I want to see a hot wife that got double-barreled and refuses to reclaim her husband. That's the kind of porn I'm into. And then it's just an interview with the husband. I don't know why she won't reclaim me.
Yeah.
She made me. She cucked me. I had to watch, and she won't reclaim me. And
I watched her get
she's been double-barreled before. This is the first time she's double-barreled.
This isn't new.
So
she always reclaims me. Why won't she reclaim me?
But this time, I loaned her out to my friends, and I had to watch. And so we've done this before. But this time, this double-barreling changed her, and she won't reclaim me.
This is a regular topic of conversation in our household. He'll follow me around the house, reclaim me. I'll say no.
That's actually for real.
Yeah,
I'll be
no,
like, God damn it, hot wife, reclaim me.
Yeah.
You've had sex with Marty next door, and you made me watch, and now you won't reclaim me.
Oh, okay. God damn it.
Those are my answers.
Okay. All right. Okay. So, Gertie,
Yes.
how... Jesus Christ. How...
You're fine. Just keep hosting.
What does your Pegasus non-porn book reveal more about the human condition?
Oh.
I think it reveals the toll that your duty can have on you.
Oh. That's... hey.
It teaches you
As part of the shifter protection unit or whatever it's called.
So what happens is, all those years ago, Hardwick fell in love with Celeste. And Celeste had to turn him down and leave him right before he was going to tell her that she was his fated mate, because she has to protect this rock. So there's a lighthouse on the rock.
This rock needs me.
There's something under the rock, and she doesn't know the lore. She just knows that she has to maintain these magical charms. And in order to do that, she had to...
Are these charms lucky?
Yes.
Are they off luck?
Yes.
Is there a horseshoe involved? Is it purple by chance?
I do not know what color they are. It's a book.
Rainbow shaped?
I don't know.
Blue diamonds?
Blue diamond.
They don't really describe them. They're
Purple
just
horseshoes, perhaps.
Yeah, purple horseshoes, perhaps?
they
Mayhaps.
glow. They glow,
Okay.
and
Okay. Sorry, I just...
they're charms.
Well, now we made her embarrassed of her. This is what it took to make her embarrassed of her book.
No,
I'm not embarrassed of my book.
I just
It's
heard
a
the word
great book. You
charms,
just
and I
won't
ran
let
with
me.
it.
You won't get me. You won't let me get to the good part.
Okay,
Okay, no,
let's
no.
sit back
Yes.
quietly.
Okay.
Let's stop interrupting.
Yes,
and let's just let her
I need to hear this. Sure. Yes.
get into your flow.
Okay, so the only way that she could, so she has to fulfill her familial duties. She's the strongest witch in the line, which means it falls upon her to cloister herself in this lighthouse and keep up the charms. So he gets wind of these vibrations. They don't know that the other one knows about the vibrations and that they're both paranormal in some way, so they're keeping things from each other. She's suspicious that maybe he's the reason why the charms are failing. Why is he sniffing around asking these questions? He knows she's hiding something. It's this little cat and mouse. But then after he is a Pegasus in the Christmas parade and she recognizes him, because witches can recognize shifters, they talk about the miscommunication they had where they could have been together this whole time because they're both paranormal, whatever. So anyway, they're having a sweaty night together.
Does that mean coitus?
That took a turn.
Huh?
Is that coitus?
What?
Hello,
Sweaty
Pegasus
night together?
boning.
Is that coitus?
Coitus, yeah. It's
Okay.
coitus.
Wow.
All right, go
It's
ahead.
coitus.
Wait.
They're having coitus.
Is he a Pegasus at this time?
No.
No, she did establish earlier that he only makes coitus
In human
form.
I
Yeah,
feel that's
well, I
a
didn't
lost
say
opportunity. Go on.
always. It's just only in the book. Is
they-
he human?
Do they
I
imply
don't.
that he horse dicks her at some point?
No, they don't. But I'm assuming he does.
Man, that just leveled this book up for me. I'm
Why
sorry.
wouldn't he? That doesn't make any sense. There's
All
no
right.
way he didn't horse dick someone at some point in his life. If you could turn into a
Wait,
Pegasus, you would
are
horse dick
you-
someone.
Are you saying that? Are you saying that he chooses? He chooses to remain human during these times because at some point he didn't, and something happened. So now he's like, oh,
Yeah,
I can't.
yeah.
Like maybe like he just ruined some poor girl.
Yeah,
He saw Mr. Hands and he said, "I'll never take that risk."
I see, man.
Okay, so they had a sweaty night.
Yes.
Get back
Okay,
into your
whatever.
flow.
All the charms explode. It goes dark. The whole lighthouse goes dark. There's a terrible rumbling. Something comes from the deep. What is it? Guess what it is.
Poseidon.
A
No.
leprechaun.
Leprechaun.
It's a kraken.
Oh,
It's a kraken.
Jeez, a kraken. Out of nowhere.
He turns into a Pegasus. The witch rides him on his back up to the top of the kraken, and she casts a spell net over him. This whole time, everyone's having a Christmas party. No one notices. Okay, none of the villagers notice.
This giant kraken.
They're fighting a kraken.
over the horizon.
Yeah, they're fighting a kraken, and they're like, "What are we gonna do with this kraken?" They never actually have to do anything about the kraken because you hear another rumbling, and what is it? What is it? What's the next rumbling?
A leprechaun.
Godzilla.
2 krakens. So now
Krakens?
So now there are 2 krakens. It's
it-
a second kraken. There are 2 krakens.
What the hell?
Is it a,
And then,
is it the female
Celeste's-
kraken? And she's like, "You gotta come home. You can't be
Yeah.
messing with this lighthouse all the time."
He's a shifter kraken that can turn into a frog or something weird like that. He won't fuck me as a frog.
He won't
Why
fuck
are
me
you
as a
coming out
frog.
here for these Pegasus and messing with the
Yeah,
witches.
there's that.
Is that-
Get back down
Sorry.
here. Get
And-
sweaty with me.
Okay, so whatever. It turns out that the kraken is not the big bad. The kraken was never a threat. The kraken was under the lighthouse being kept safe from itself by the witches, but over the years the message wasn't passed down properly. So they started to think that it was something dangerous they were hiding away, when it kind of was, but it just needed a cure, and the second kraken finally had the cure, so it woke up the other kraken.
What's the cure?
And then
Yeah, what was the
I don't
cure?
know.
Okay.
They don't mention it, and then they go back into the ocean together to live happily. And now Celeste is free without her burden of whatever, and she can live happily ever after with Hardwick, who promptly retires from the Shifter Patrol Corps so that he can be with his lady love happily ever after.
So he must have been like saving. Did it talk about him having a Roth IRA at any point or some kind of 401k plan with the?
It did not. I don't know who pays them or what kind of money they make.
It's lost
but
opportunity.
he was a shifter. He was a high level Shifter Patrol Corpsman
Man.
his whole life.
And you say mine's nerdy. This is
That is
pretty nerdy.
It's entertaining. It's heartfelt.
I was just asking
It's
about Roth
fun.
IRAs in it, so I trump
Yeah.
both your nerdies.
What was
You're
the
like,
question?
how did he plan for this?
What was the question on this one again? I forgot what the question even was.
What it
How it
reveals about the human
reflects?
condition.
Oh, yeah. So I started off by talking
Yes.
about duty.
So it love.
So,
lost
yeah.
miscommunication. I heard that. That's a big thing about the human condition, and that you should establish a Roth IRA because you never know when the love of your life is going to show up, or you save her, or actually not save her from a kraken, and then you need to check out
and then you want to travel
early.
the world.
Oh, and
Exactly.
see, okay, I understand. Yeah. So how does Apple products not speak about the human condition? How's it negative about the human condition? What does it not reveal about the human condition? To make
what's the opposite of what you said?
what is the opposite?
You have to make a counterpoint.
Yeah. Counterpoint as to why Apple is not relevant to the human condition. There you go. That sounds good.
It is, but it's not like Glenn said earlier. You use your iPhone to sit on the toilet and argue with strangers. Mm-hmm. You can do things with it, sure, but there are plenty of people who have these items who either don't use them to do anything or make garbage.
So it's a garbage facilitator. It reveals that humans make garbage.
Yeah, well, it puts power in the hands of people who should not have power. Some people don't need to be heard.
There needs to be more gatekeepers. I understand. Okay. Now, Glenn,
Yeah.
what does...
Go on.
What do Apple products reveal about the human condition?
I am so hard right now. So, first of all, in the early 2000s or mid 2000s, Apple started a whole program where they started GarageBand, and they also championed podcasts, which were pretty new in the early 2000s. Mm-hmm. So it is trying to embolden people to be creative and have creativity. Also, like Photoshop and a bunch of other things that were all done on the Mac were supposed to be better than PC because PC crashes all the time. I know as a person that had to do Photoshop work on a PC, it fucking crashes all the time and it doesn't save your shit.
Yeah.
So it's a great thing for creativity and making music and doing whatever else. So to improving the human condition, it has worked in those ways. Also, being able to carry it around on your little phone and be able to see other people's artworks or statements or whatever in your little pocket. Totally fine. Music in your pocket with the iPod, but it did make Joe Rogan happen. So
yeah, that is.
I will say that much.
Yeah, I see. Yeah.
Like Gertie was saying, people who don't deserve it have too much power, and Joe Rogan is a prime example of that.
So, what would you say it reveals about the human condition? What does it show us about being human?
The complexities.
The
good and the bad. The give and the take. The push and the pull. The fuss and the fight.
the things and the
It
details.
gives you all of that. It's kind of like 4chan. The person said, I'm just going to open this up and I'm not going to moderate anything. Anyone can say whatever they want. And the evolution of that was horrible.
What?
I think it's reached a point where it's probably middling now, I'd imagine. I haven't gone to 4chan in like 6 or 7 years.
It's hard to have any shock value anymore.
Yeah,
Everyone's so
exactly.
dead to everything.
Yeah, so 4chan isn't like Reddit where you see something that kind of goes, viral a little bit or whatever, or TikTok. But 4chan has finally evened its way out into mediocrity. I think that Apple, by giving everyone the power to create media, is kind of doing the same thing.
It's. Would you say it's holding a mirror up to humanity?
It's holding a mirror up. It's showing the duality of shitty people and talented people.
I see.
You'll have your Neil Gaiman's and your Joe Rogan's. That's a great
Well,
example.
Neil Gaiman.
They're
Neil Gaiman was
both
just
kind
accused of
empty
raping people.
I know.
I know.
I'm joking.
Yeah, I really don't like Neil Gaiman. And not all of his books, the main character is always some empty man.
Oh, we've talked about
Because
this.
he's also empty.
Yeah.
And he relies heavily on women with big personalities to make him anything, to make him feel anything or seem like anything. He's
why-
really not an interesting person, and I don't know why he became as popular as he did.
Coraline is his probably his finest work because he wrote the doll people really, really well. Empty, doll-eyed, button-eyed people. That all of a sudden everyone's like, "This is great," and you read his other stuff, you're like, "Eh."
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
anyways, we've had long discussions about that. Elton,
Yeah.
I'm side hosting.
Okay.
Go on, take us to the next section.
I'm going to have another cocktail.
Let's go to commercial.
The following fable is presented to make you want to buy a Buick. All your life, you've been denied the things you want, haven't you?
Dad, can I have that mountain?
No.
Sandra Sue, can I have a kiss?
No.
A handshake?
No.
Pet your dog?
I think not.
Sergeant, may I have a weekend pass instead of marching through the swamp with the rest of the fellows?
But you're your own person now, aren't you? And you want to make up for all those good times you've been denied, don't you? So now, if you want something, you ought to darn well be able to have it. Yes, even a Skyhawk. Buick's sporty personal little road car that comes with a famous Buick V6. A car with flair, spirit. A car to make up for all the Christmases you wanted sleds but got socks. So if you want to buy a Skyhawk, by golly, you go right down and ask your Buick dealer. He won't tell you no.
It's mine? To keep? Gee.
Buick, dedicated to the free spirit in just about everyone.
Okay,
Yep,
you got to
there
get
we
back
go.
to hosting.
Okay.
We just came back from commercial.
Back from commercial. That's what we just did. Okay. This is the last question for each of you. It's the same question, so it's the last one though. All right. Right now is what I like to. I don't know if you know about. It's a new thing. It's called stalling. Is what I'm doing right now.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm stalling right now, like a plane. See, it's a plane thing. You're not a pilot, so you don't know. So it's when a plane loses.
Think about that.
When a plane loses power, it kind of starts to glide down. Okay, fuck that. All right, so Glenn, since you're audible right now, what?
I know Gertie's on her phone.
Oh, okay.
I take notes of what you're saying so I can better counter.
Oh, look at that.
Lord.
Man, that is like paralegal kind of
Apparently
stuff.
We
Yeah. will
not be talking tonight in bed.
All right.
Then you'll have to wait another week for me to reclaim you.
So,
Ever since you got double-barreled, you've been looking at me.
I don't see you the same anymore. I got double-barreled too good.
So go ahead. You got your question for me. Go.
Glenn, how
Yeah.
would Apple products be more likely to survive a zombie apocalypse?
Well, that is a complicated question.
Yes, it is.
Because the products will survive. They'll just lay in the dirt or in someone's abandoned house. But people won't use it. And if an Apple product isn't being used, is it still an Apple product? Tough question.
It is.
It still has the
No,
logo.
it's not.
It's useless.
I mean,
It's not.
it's yeah, it has the logo. It's still it's just not used.
It's still a product.
It's not in use.
But also, if Apple isn't being looked at, does Apple still exist? There's some deep questions that come off of your question.
Like a tree falling on that tree falling on a person in the woods thing.
Yeah, or if you
Like-
get up off a chair and you leave the room, does the chair still exist? There's a lot of questions there with Apple products.
Does.
Yeah, no, you don't know.
So how likely is it? Though? How likely is it to survive? Like, is there some kind of, I don't know, maybe Apple's working on it now. Is there some kind of mechanism at which point a zombie apocalypse is called, the announcement goes out, and all the Apple products assemble into some kind of Voltron situation? How likely
I thought
would
you were
that
going to
be
go in
happen? I mean,
I thought you were going in the direction of like the in Russia they have the dead hand, which is if for any reason the Kremlin gets destroyed and they can't launch missiles at America or whatever. This is like in the 1960s they made this. That they have little sensors out in the woods and everything that if they can sense radiation, it just automatically launches missiles at America. I thought maybe you're going for that, like a dead hand thing, where it's like as soon as the zombie apocalypse happens and they can't run iCloud anymore, your servers and your music service, that suddenly there's like a dead hand that just kind of makes the music service keep going and you can still upload your files.
Oh,
but you're talking about. You were talking about like a Voltron.
Yes, but then I thought you were going to say that all the Apple products would explode at that moment.
They just self-destruct.
Just becomes landmines
If we're not
everywhere.
Beautiful anymore, we won't be here anymore.
If no one cares about me, then I'm killing everyone.
Like at some point during the zombie apocalypse, there's like two survivors huddling around a campfire, and one goes, "Look what I found! I found an iPod!" And then at that moment, all the Apple products in the world explodes, killing everyone.
Yeah.
I like to think that the last remaining survivors become, like they live in a little tent, burp out in the woods, but they found an iPad that still has battery charge in it. And they're like, I know that we can't use anything because everything's on the internet. Let's just turn it on and just look at the warm glow of like all the little icons on the screen. And they turn it on, but then all of a sudden a bunch of like metal spider legs come out of all the holes in it. And then it just like starts like sucking the blood out of them for sustenance. I can see Apple developing something like that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, there are a lot of things you can do with your phone that don't involve Wi-Fi. There are plenty of games that don't run on Wi-Fi. So if you were able to get a generator of some sort and plug it in, I think people would still somehow find a way to brain rot.
Like in the
You're
Book
just
of Eli.
talking about Angry Birds.
Yeah, not
Book of
only
Eli.
that.
Yeah, he has the iPod thing that he gets. Oh my God! See him having that fucking dementia moment. Son of a bitch.
It's fine. Take an aspirin. Every time Gertie ever talks about, like, am I having a stroke? Look at my eyes. It's one small, one big. And I'm like, I'm just going to throw an aspirin in your mouth and just massage your throat.
What the hell's his name? Oh, son of a bitch. The guy, the white guy that sings with the purposefully gruff voice. Oh, my God. He was in the movie, The Book.
Tom Waits.
Yes.
Oh, is it Tom Waits?
Yes.
Was I right?
Yes.
Tom Waits?
Hey, I was right. I get the
Tom
cup.
Waits.
I get the cup. I was right about something you didn't know what you're talking about, and I get the cup.
That would be... Yeah, I mean... that seems like a pretty good fail-safe to be in this
Well,
game.
either way, Gretchen's coming back, so...
Yes.
It doesn't matter who
Okay.
gets the cup at this point.
So, Gertie, how would your book survive a zombie apocalypse? Well, how would it be likely to survive a zombie apocalypse, I should say?
Is this in the case of people for generations forward talking about it?
Oh, I don't know. That is the argument to be made, sir.
If we're talking about, like, in the middle of the apocalypse, things are happening, it's certainly going to fare better than technology because it's a book. Unless you have the ebook like me, in which case it's even more useless than an Apple product. But if you have the physical book, I'm sorry, I can't stop burping. It'll
I'm
be
coughing, you're burping. This is a horrible episode for all of us.
It'll be great as long as no one sets it on fire or gets it wet.
Well, they might have to set it on fire because for survival purposes. So, I mean,
but then it would be useful, and you could wipe your butt with it.
Oh, it'd be like the end of Fahrenheit 451 where everyone memorizes books.
Yeah.
And they'll memorize this
I'll
one.
have. So when
Someone
I
will
find
become-
And then wipe their ass with
group,
it.
they will become
yeah,
the
when I
book.
find my group of hobos, they'll say, "And what books do you bring with you?" And I'll say, "The Shifter Course series," and they'll say, "Jim already has that, but you can be the backup."
Jim already has
That's what they actually said. That's how the Fahrenheit 451
I don't remember
ends.
that part. Is
Yeah,
that actually...
he knows part of the Bible, and the hobo that asked him is kind of like, okay, we have a guy that knows that already, but you can be the backup.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah,
I love
he's
that.
not even, he's a total non-entity. I love it.
That's funny.
Yeah.
And to think
Anyway.
that the author of that book now goes down to our liquor store and demands cigars and like liquor
I know,
recommendations
poor
that
Ray
his family
Bradbury.
exactly
Yeah, his
pulls
family
him
won't
away.
let him smoke cigars and drink booze.
He's like, God damn it! I just like, they get him back in the minivan and take him home. He's like, just let me die.
I think it's great that you brought Ray Bradbury back to life, and he's an alcoholic in a liquor store. And
Yeah.
in my Ray Bradbury
Minnesota.
episode, made him a wife beater. So,
Yeah.
Oh, did you?
yeah,
I wonder if I listened to that episode. I don't think I'd listened to that episode.
he met Ray Bradbury actually met his wife in a bookstore, and I said they just met in a bookstore, and then he would go in and talk to her all the time, and just pretty innocent. But I said the way they met was he went into the bookstore to look for a book, and she went up. She was working there at the time. She goes up to ask him if he needs any help, and he turns around and he backhands her hard, and he's like,
Oh,
and he's like,
hell?
and he says, "You announce yourself when you approach a man, woman." It's a obvious nonsense, but still, I think it's fun. I think it's great that you turned him into an alcoholic. Not only that, but faked his death. Still alive.
I think the
alcoholic.
fake Ray Bradbury storyline is more interesting than his real life. Like, his life wasn't his photo in the back of the book about the author where he's holding a cat and wearing a sweater. His life is still going, and he beats women and drinks all the time. Then his family hauls him off at the minivan and gets him back home again.
All right. So we're moving on. The story would survive the zombie apocalypse, giving people much entertainment value during a time of obvious zombie crisis. I get it. So, and then Apple products would all be exploding at the same time, probably taking out some zombies and stuff. I also get that too.
Or maybe the Apple products become, with the whole Voltron thing, what if they assemble and come together and then fight zombies and save the Earth?
Yeah,
It's a possibility. Elton brought it up, so now it's part of the canon. It wasn't my idea.
Okay, so
you said it like it was. You went, oh, what if they do become a Voltron?
Yeah.
That was 10 minutes ago that we were having this conversation.
I'm fighting for my thing because I want to legitimately win just for once.
So, final argument. Okay, final argument. Gertie,
Yep.
go.
I think my book has a whimsy. Many layers of whimsy. It has lighthearted paranormal stuff. It has Christmas
Yeah.
in
see.
a quaint little town in New England. It has Krakens that were
Two.
in love.
Two Krakens.
Okay.
And
And have a happy ending.
Lucky Charms.
Yeah.
They're in there.
Yeah, Lucky Charms are in there. Lots of people have happy endings in that book. And by people, I mean Krakens.
Well,
True,
Krakens
that's
are.
true.
I mean, they are people, if anything.
Krakens are people.
That's right.
Yeah,
They're
I
people
mean, in a
too.
sense.
Yeah.
Sure.
Sea-dwelling monster
We're all being
people.
nice here.
Yeah.
We're playing
It
lip
was,
service, but they're
it
not
was
people.
I mean, but they're
intensely
people.
enjoyable to read.
As far as Krakens go, they are people.
Did
Sure.
I send you a screenshot
Krakens
of
are people
that
too.
book?
It's fine.
No.
Are you sure?
Maybe you should
You know
send
it's good if I send you a screenshot of what I'm reading.
Send it to me, and then I'll send it to Elton. He can make it part of the cover for this episode.
Yes, I can.
Yeah, let me look back at our text and see, because I know I sent you a screenshot of one of the books I was reading recently.
Okay.
Is it my turn now?
Now, Glenn,
Yeah, it's
yes,
your
it
turn.
is. It is your turn for final argument as to why Apple products are the bestest, superior, or whatever.
I basically win. For good or bad, Apple has made a product that Android copied. It's moved humanity forward for good or bad to the next evolution of humanity. We can be as creative as we want with their simple and easy to use tools. And it creates Joe Rogans. It creates horrible people. But it also creates other podcasts that aren't annoying.
It's the
they
odd in
they
podcast.
hosted podcasts for the longest times. Like they were champions of podcasting, and nobody else was like you went to iTunes to get podcasts. Like they championed media that is now the standard. So they've moved humanity forward, and Steve Jobs was an idiot. He stole all of his ideas, either from his own employees or from other people. They
Steve
It's a
Wozniak.
long story, but there's Steve
died from
Wozniak.
The Woz.
Yeah, he died from stupidity.
Yeah.
He stole, even the basic search on a Mac is stolen from somebody that made something called Sherlock back in the 2000s. Just stole it. Didn't pay the guy or nothing. So he was an asshole. Then also when he got, I forget what his disease was.
Pancreatic cancer.
There you go. He decided he could cure it himself by eating nothing but fruits. And then when he was dying, he was lucky enough to get whatever organ donated to him. Go ahead. You're going to say it.
He abandoned his daughter.
Some kid died in a car accident, and he abandoned his daughter.
Kids.
Yes, some kid died in a car accident, and he got that kid's organ donated to him, pancreas, where he.
They wouldn't put a pancreas in the body of someone dying of pancreatic cancer.
I don't know, but anyways,
Okay.
You'd
whatever
slap
the deal
him
was,
hard.
they gave him a new organ that was supposed to give him a new lease on life, and he even got up on stage and thanked this kid that died in a car accident for him having, because he paid enough money, he was rich enough that he could be first on the list to get the whatever organ, and then just kept eating fruit and killed himself basically. At the end of his life, he said, "I made a mistake. I shouldn't have kept eating fruit. I should have just gone to the doctor."
If he got surgery, he would have lived. Yeah, they caught it early enough.
Yeah, but he didn't because he thought he could cure himself. So he was an idiot, but he moved society forward. So even the dumbest people, like Joe Rogan, can improve society.
Yeah, he bought a liver transplant.
Yeah, liver. There you go.
He bought a child.
Why did they?
Let's
why
be
did they
fair.
put a liver in a? Yeah.
Oh, and also disowned his daughter, which
Yes.
you mentioned. I don't
And
want to
apparently
gloss over
he
that.
didn't shower a lot either. So there's that too.
That's true. He didn't do that either. You're right. Also, he was a huge pile of shit. He kept parking in handicap spots just because he thought he was important enough to do it.
Yeah. Also, he didn't put he didn't have a license plate on his Porsche because he didn't feel like he needed to. Just so you know.
That's
Well,
true.
he
That's
would
right.
continuously buy. What was it? Every 2 months or something, because that's the legal amount of time you can drive around without a license plate.
Oh,
So he
sure.
would just replace his cars constantly.
He was
so
basically
never
like
had to have
a
license.
shitty little Donald Trump.
Yeah, he sucked.
Yeah.
And I'm
He's
glad
a horrible
dead.
person, but also a horrible person created something that's either destroying society, but also moving us into our next evolution of society.
I see.
There, that's my argument.
He also
I found the
just to add
screenshot
on
I was
here, to
talking
tack it
about,
on,
and it's a different book.
he also made it to where you can wear turtlenecks year round, and people think you're smart because you do it. I mean, that's just
Yeah.
it's just a terrible,
Oh
stupid
yeah,
thing to do.
the lady from Theranos literally was
snugness.
buying his exact same turtlenecks from some Japanese company because she was just, man, American culture's horrible.
All right. Given all the information taken in and talked over at some points, many points, I'm so
Glen
sorry.
wins, Glen wins. Glen wins. Glen wins. Come on, Glen wins. I want to legitimately win. I don't want to own it next time I host.
I would have to say that given all the information, the
Yes.
Pegasus non-porn, well, slightly porn story,
There's porn.
and the
Yes.
fact that
Yes.
Apple products, many of them were already made before Apple made them.
Yes. Yes. Okay,
I would say
yes,
that this
yes.
all really comes down to the fact that you helped me with Tom Waits, and I thank you for that. So you win.
I won! I genuinely won for the first time in 9 episodes. I actually fucking won for once.
Good job, baby.
Gretchen's coming back, dude.
Gretchen's coming back.
If you can
We're gonna go
find
get her.
Good luck with that.
I'm
We're
going to
getting her,
find her.
baby. We're
I'm going to
getting her.
strip her down. I'm going to paint her
We have to
body
give her a
like
flea
a.
bath.
By the way,
Well, we'll give her a flea bath.
she doesn't know her limits as far as cocaine goes, and she's developed a nasty whistle with her sinus. So good luck with that.
It's like Swiss cheese in there.
I don't know how you know that, but that's fine. When we had her, she seemed fine. She just ate the dog food that we gave her, and she smoked cigarettes.
dog food.
But you're okay.
It sounds
Well, we're gonna
like
strip
my-
her down.
It sounds like
we're gonna
Mice
paint her
whistling
like a
Dixie when she
1960s.
sleeps, just so you know.
Yeah, for Christ's sake.
My Swiss.
I want to paint her body like a 1960s, laugh-in episode, where she's
yeah.
naked but she's covered in paint,
And
like
make her do a
swirls and
little
stuff.
serpentine dance.
Yeah, a little serpentine dance,
You
and
Yeah.
then she'll.
We're gonna have so much fun with Gretchen.
Oh, we gotta give her a catchphrase like, "What's happening, kid?" or something cool like that.
Well, if you keep her off her dementia meds, she will be down for all of that. Just so you know. She's
All right, well,
more than open for that. So
Well, that's fine. She can't read. She won't know what pill we're giving her.
That's true. Yeah, just more aspirin.
So
Okay.
this, therefore, Glenn being the winner, concludes whatever
For
number
once.
episode of 2 Books, 1 Cup, whatever. What is this? 9, 8, I'm going to say 6. No,
7.
7.
Nope. We just did 6.
7. So this
So
is the 7th.
I think, yeah.
7th episode. You got to note that and write it on the. So it's forever enshrined on the notebook of pain.
Pain.
Notebook of pain.
Notebook of pain.
It's just a notebook covered in blood. You open it up, it kind of like crisps off and stuff.
Ew.
It crackles a little bit.
Yeah.
And I write down Glen 1 in a giant Sharpie.
Or just tell everybody it's the notebook of pain, and when they ask why, be like, "You don't want to find out. Just hand it to me." There you go.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's not for your mortal eyes.
So thank
Ugh.
you, all of the listener that listen.
All, I think 12.
All right. 12. All of
Maybe closer to 20 between like the Nuzzle House feed, and then we got our own feed just for 2 Books, 1 Cup, and then also on YouTube. Maybe like 15.
It's all people we know, though.
Yeah, it's just people we know.
Yeah,
gotta-
it's just our friends.
You gotta
Yeah.
send. Well, you gotta send. They gotta send all their names in so we can say them at the end of every episode, like an incantation. At the end of this thing.
Well, we know that Ben from Words About Books,
Mm-hmm.
he listens, which is so goddamn sweet of him.
Ben,
I
thank you.
suspect maybe Chantel from.
She listens.
Yeah, I think she listens.
And I know for a fact because I
My
get emails about
ex-manager
it.
maybe listens.
Elon
What's
Musk
that?
because he wants his fucking cup back, and I'm like, suck it. Suck a
Oh,
dick. That's why I keep.
When did
answering.
Elon have the cup?
when did Elon have the cup? I
Oh.
gotta put this in the lore.
He had the cup back when his daddy was a emerald miner, and his dad had it, and he used to play around with it. Fucking dickhead. Put a dent in the side. Fuck that kid. Or old
Fuck
man
that
now.
kid.
I don't know. He's a piece
Old
of
man. Old man with a chest implant.
shit. Yeah.
Hate that guy.
I get emails, and he's like, "Where's the cup at?" And I'm like, "Suck a dick, Elon." It's a form letter now, and I just send it out.
This is a form letter.
Yeah.
I just wrote down it was originally owned by the Elon Musk.
Oh, no.
family.
Yeah.
Originally?
And also-
Oh, no, that's crazy talk. No, this cup goes back thousands of years. It's a very old cup. You've seen it.
Well, okay,
They had
so
it in
You know
their
it's
possession.
old.
Elton found the cup.
It's very
Yes,
old.
well, I
from
found it.
the-
It has
okay.
Caesar's
Do you
piss
wanna
on
know?
it.
I found the cup partially buried behind a Wendy's they were taking down. And I was like, hey, look at that. That's a neat cup. And I pulled it out, and instantly, I guess there's a beacon in the base. I don't know. I started getting emails from Gates and fucking Musk and all these fucking assholes being like, you found it. Send it to me. No me, no me. And they were arguing back and forth. There was a group chat for a while. Anyway.
Group chat.
And they were like, it's only ever been owned by the most powerful people. Trump tried to get in on the group chat once, but they forced him out because they were like only real billionaires. It was a
Lord.
whole thing. And so
I just love the group chat is like Elon going, dude, and then Gates going, dude,
Dude,
and then dude, give us the cup,
It is-
dude, and all of a sudden Trump's like, hey fellas, like get the fuck out of here.
well, I would send it to I would show. They told me not to send it to any reporters, but I have to tell you that at one point there was actual dick measuring and an ungodly amount of dick pics from those guys. They love pictures of their own dicks.
Ooh.
They sent Zuckerberg
Yeah.
was in there for a while. His has a metallic sheen to it. I don't know what that's all about. I told him to go to a doctor. It was a whole thing. And at some
And Musk
point,
has a weird dick for sure, doesn't he?
oh, definitely, yes, it curves.
Does
and,
he?
and it's it's
It curves.
And he
I've seen his veiny, real veiny.
fucked up his bladder with all the ketamine he does.
Oh yeah, I know that came out in the news. He's doing a lot of ketamine. I do know that Trump's got a penis that's got a big mushroom tip.
yeah.
Like a ridiculously embarrassing. That one woman that he paid off, that one porn star that he paid off.
What the hell's her? Stormy Daniels.
Stormy Daniels,
Yes.
that's it. Yeah, Stormy Daniels.
Yeah, but,
God,
you know,
I
and
wanna
I-
have sex with her just based on the name.
Well, I checked out her stuff. Not that great. Just saying. She's not that good.
Yeah,
Not very convincing.
Well, she's from a golden age.
She's not very convincing as a porn star. Just saying.
Well, if she would do more porn that involves being a hot wife that gets double-barreled and won't reclaim her husband, like that creates a tension. Like it's about story now. It's not just about like literally seeing someone have sex. Like, you need a little backstory.
I feel it's about depth and bringing reality to the story to bring in the human element for the audience. And
there's gonna be death.
She fails at that a lot. It's more just mechanical speaking. Anyway, that's a whole different thing. I talked about.
I love the idea of watching a porn where someone dies. You're just like, that was a great story.
I talked about. We went over all of this when Francis Ford Coppola was trying to convince me to give him the cup in our group chat, and I was like, guys.
Oh, I'm like, God, he was in there too.
Yeah, for a little bit. You know, I had to get him out of there because all he kept saying eventually was, "Me the cup, me the cup." I'm like, dude, you're a director and you write. That's all you got.
Me the cup, me the cup.
Yeah, it's pretty annoying.
And then when his movie came out, he's like, guys, please, can you just come see Metropolis or whatever?
Oh,
Megalopolis.
Megalopolis.
And it's like,
yes, secretly about the cup.
Everyone's just like,
it was secretly
Is it about the cup?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
He's been writing it for about 30 years. He's never seen the cup once. I know. I asked him, well, just describe it. He's like, well, send it to me and I will. And I'm like, nice try, Francis. It's not going to happen.
Loser. I like that he's a loser of the group. Like, even Trump that gets kicked out right away is like Francis Ford Coppola is trying to get in the chat. I'm just like giving you guys a heads up. It's like, thanks, Trump. You're still not getting in.
Yeah, apparently it's talked about
Well,
over
all
steak
right.
dinners. It's a whole thing. Anyway. Yeah.
All right, is that the end of the show? You got to close us out.
That is the end of this episode of 2 Books, 1 Cup. And I'll see you next time. So bye-bye. 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 Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
You didn't leave me hanging.
No,
I heard
I
you say
said
goodbye.
bye.
You said goodbye. I heard you.
No, we did like
I
a
heard you.
3-tiered
I was here.
goodbye. That was, you know.
I know.
It was
Bye.
improv at its best.
Okay, let's do it again and let's do a barbershop.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
That's
Sorry.
your, man, you were setting the bar high.
Goodbye. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Was that good?
There
Perfect.
it is. Jeez, that was
Do you want another
right
take?
on.
Like,
No,
can do it.
that was great.
Let's just snip that.
Just
gonna
fade
go
out
have a
with
smoke.
it. Do a nice little studio fade.